is really nicely together. The TB is an excellent pick as just an actual carry hero. I think like Hippomaniacs, they don't have this actual carry. Bloodseeker can work, but they're a little different. They're a little more of these pseudo carries.
I think they've got to be a little bit nervous about not having enough damage, especially because you know that Terrorblade is going to be a big boy, and he is going to be dishing out plenty of hurt the longer the game goes out.
And he always says he has the backup of the Oracle. So if he's in the fights, you know, which we're gonna say he's gonna join the fights when he has Manta, right? He's not gonna look to fight before that because he's versus this Treant and this Puck. With Oracle, he's gonna be able to negate and disengage from a lot of that damage that they do have. So that's going to be that big strength. And we'll see how Mambos does mid, because this is actually interesting. I actually don't mind this bounty versus the Void Spirit at all. I think it's a pretty good lane for him.
I feel like this is something I've seen, you know, my background does have mostly South American matches behind it. I feel like this is something that Chris Luck has done occasionally, and it hasn't necessarily worked out for them.
No, I mean, I think the Void Spirit still overall probably wins the lane, because you can actually force it, but Bounty Hunter's going to be able to at least get a decent amount out of this, and hey, we'll see if he's able to actually punish lanes. It's a little different. I think he has to make a lot of work happen in the early game because inevitably you're going to hit this 12-15 minute mark. Skylark will probably have his book 3. So that's where Bounty and Tree also start losing their effectiveness quite heavily. And so yeah, eyes on Mambos to see what he can do with this early game.
And we saw what an absolute meta Skylark can be once he gets these books online. He gets them very, very quickly too. I think it was a new actual record too in the last game that we saw with him.
It's going to be a little bit of a slower start, though. CM plus Bloodseeker are quite good versus the Beastmaster in lane. They can kill the boars constantly. They can always threaten as well, too. And just the armor, Bloodseeker's always just sustained, too. So it's going to be a lot tougher for Skylark, but he'll probably still get it at a pretty decent time as long as they don't die up here.
I can't remember the exact team, but they did run this, actually, recently, where you had the Crystal Maiden having to face off with the Beastmaster. And the solution, the elegant solution, ended up just being they just leveled more axes. Is that still something that is a possibility here?
I don't really think that that's what you want from your Beastmaster so much. I think if he goes like the 1 point in and stuff like that, sure, just sustain. But you want to max out your boar and your hawk. It's literally what the hero's there for. Doesn't really feel too good. Axes versus a 9 armor hero like Bloodseeker doesn't feel like it does a whole lot.
That's true, especially when you consider it is the Bloodseeker that you're up against.
Yeah. Right. Mid, we're seeing Wish pull a little bit ahead, as we kind of expect. Mambos still doing a good job, though.
Yeah, just really seem to be trading back and forth. Nothing too wild over in that mid lane. Just yet, top lane, you can see the boar is getting nuked down by Sunny.
I'm keeping my eyes on bottom, because I feel like this is the big lane for Hippomaniacs that I want to see them... I mean, they have to try to at least pressure this Terrorblade. They've got him down to the 1 tango. The Oracle's kind of walking out of the lane and stuff. I think they have to hit him as much as possible. I'm actually surprised that Typic went for a phase shift in this lane rather than just going full aggression, full spell damage. Because I feel like with the tree and with this Puck, they could have actually applied some pressure, but they've gone for a more passive style, which I'm not really a big fan of. They went for the living armor too. I've seen a couple times now, you just like, oh, your Nature's Grass. Leechseed's expensive, but you can expend and get kills out of it a couple times, which is usually a little more beneficial. They're just letting TB free farm.
Yeah, it feels like too, Muff has been taking a lot of harass in that bottom lane. A couple times now we've actually looked at the tree and he's been very, very low on hit points. So perhaps that's why they're choosing to be a little bit more safe. But, you know, in the long run of things, it could come back to bite them in the butt.
Yeah, this is the lane that I want to see just get off to a good start so they can actually get these good levels. And, I mean, this is their big team fighter, really. It's the Puck out of the off lane is going to be the one to be that one to get all the fights together for them. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to be able to pressure focus at all. He's just got the illusion up constantly. And at this point now, I mean, they've kind of missed the window of really being able to pressure because now it's like this 1-1-1 skill point on the Puck, and that TB should just be fine down here.
Yeah, look,
they're even applying pressure to the Puck still.
This forces the Puck. Oh, that was very close. Luckily, they do have those stick charges on the Puck plus living armor. You do have to be careful, though. You know, we saw SSA Spartan in game number 1. Has always been a very, very aggressive player. But also, you know, with this this Oracle, you know, once he hits level 3, the kill potential becomes a lot stronger. In fact, we're starting to see some of that potential coming out here. This is going to be the first blood going over to SSA Spartan.
MUF is playing the lane very weird, I have to be honest. He wasn't even like in the lane for a while when the Puck was getting gone on, and then he comes back in and just gives his life away. I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing from the tree play right there.
That's definitely not the way that they want this lane to go. Is this going to be another kill here? They need... Yep, there it is. Focus will take the kill this time and just walk away. So like we said, you know, we were concerned about the fact they weren't playing aggressive enough, and now it just feels a bit odd. And that
yeah, now, I mean, the lane is really just not good anymore at all at this point. The tree's only level 2 at the 5-minute mark, too. Puck is just pushed past that level 4. I mean, Terrorblade's going to be able to get this free, controlled farm, and I've just been kind of staring at that bottom lane because I felt like that's the most important lane for Hippomaniacs to get themselves off to a good start. But top, they're doing well. Killing these boars constantly. I don't even know how many I've seen Curry kill now. I think that's like the 4th or 5th one at least.
I'm sure we'll have a stat for it later on. They do seem to like to tell us how many pets they've killed.
It's important.
There it is. Thanks, guys. This is looking like finally a dead SSA Spartan. So just seeing a little bit more of that aggression in the top lane too. They'll lose Dominant. Skylark here. Wish following up. They want this kill on Curry, and they'll get it. Saini now trying to run away. And, you know, it was a nice try, Saini, but you can't outrun these guys. Bottom lane, Waning Rift getting applied over to a Focus, but no more follow-up, so...
What a beautiful rotation by Wish. And now he's going to TP back to the mid lane. Spartan's going to TP back there too. Purge off the track, refill his bottle. And he's going to be able to continue that aggression. Mambos, he can't match that type of movement either as a bounty. He's going to get the farm at least in the mid lane out of that movement. But yeah, Voice, all these spirits, they're just so mobile and they can always set up those easy ganks. Trying to pressure Focus a little bit. We're seeing Mambos even making the rotation down.
In the top lane, that follow-up from Wish, just Astral stepping forward and then just waiting patiently to get the kill on Saini.
They're jumping down bottom.
They are indeed. It looks like this Terrorblade is all silenced up, and SSA Spartan, he can't help him. He does not have that ultimate just yet, so he's going to get chased by Mambos, Muff, and Tipic. Even get a dust to boot here as Wish goes diving on, and he is tracked up. He's got his eyes on Tipic, kind of the more difficult person to chase after. He'll turn his attentions now right back to the Bounty Hunter. Mambos will go down. Muff now trying to get over into the trees with the rest of his bros, but they have the damage. He'll be next to fall, and it looks like only Puck will survive this encounter.
Wish on point 2 times now. Both rotations extremely successful. Focus, they do get the kill on the Terrorblade though, which is pretty nice to slow down his farm. The Bloodseeker's having much more uncontested farm up top in the meantime.
It's been a very active mid, and you know, we talked about the Bounty Hunter. We wanted to see him be aggressive early, but it just doesn't feel like he's able to find that foothold with the way that Wish has been playing. Granted, he has gotten some really nice runes as well, but...
That's going to happen when you're a Void Spirit versus a Bounty. You're always going to have that better rune control because you can actually push your lane out as top again. Yeah, a couple times now. That's a 3rd death on Phoenix.
The Rupture came out there. Roar comes out though as well. And they want to just finish off this Crystal Main. Should be pretty easy peasy. That living armor is cute, but not enough, unfortunately.
It's going to be cute for most of this game, I feel like, too. A lot of different ways to dispel it off with the Book 3 and the Oracle. They'll be able to get that one off. They find a nice D-ward, and that's the Book 1 finish. So Skylark, he's going to start catapulting forward for that Book 2 quite soon, and he's going to be able to start applying pressure on the lane, too. Let's see if Hippomaniacs wants to try to slow down this siege that's going to start coming top. As they do have to make a choice what they want to start doing on the map here, because you know they're going to give the bottom lane now to Phoenix on the side of Brame, and TB's just going to jungle. So now you have to start, you know, appropriately allocating your resources around the map and seeing how do you want to punish? Do you want to get a ward down to be able to watch this Terrorblade? It's what approach do they want to take next here? Because they have the coil ready, so they are strong right now on the side of Hippomaniacs.
On the mid lane, looks like Mambos might be able to turn this around. Can they get the kill on Wish? Malay tops over to the side. He misses the coil, but the root comes in from Crystal Maiden, and they'll be able to take down Voice Spirit.
Nice.
It's a good rotation. For sure. Tipic, though, making his way down here to the bottom area. Not sure what he's planning on doing. Perhaps just trying to apply some more pressure to the tower. It will force Storm and him back a little bit. He's sitting at level 4 currently.
Okay, and they've got these nice stacks here for Curry, so he's going to be able to get this farm started. He's going to have, I mean, he's going to be enabled pretty decently to get the Maelstrom at a good time. And now they're actually looking to set up with Mambos to be this aggressor up top, but he gets roared right away.
Yeah, he uses the roar like immediately here. I'm not sure about this. Amy just getting a couple clicks. Here comes SSA Spartan though. And that's another kill for him with the Purifying Flames.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Gotta love that. Spartan already up to level 6 on this Oracle. And now, I mean, Bounty made the rotation top. Wish, he's just gonna start sieging mid lane. They also bring focus with the meta. This is a nice move by the Terrorblade.
It's like textbook Dota, right? You know that tower in the mid is open for you to hit, so Everybody, let's go on over and take it down. Wish being very aggressive.
And it's
He's
nice to
got
see
that
him
Aether Remnant in position.
Yeah, makes that move without using his TP either. And yeah, this tower is going to go down.
Look at all the TPs coming out. Immediately the Aether Remnant, you know, Dragon Stain back. The silence is out, but they'll be able to go purge it off, heal up focus once again. Looks like they'll end up losing SSA Spartan here. But you got the tower, you managed to get focus out safely. I think you're totally okay with that. Maybe not so much with Mambo's grabbing the double damage rune, but
Is under attack.
I don't think you're really that afraid of him at this point, are you?
Mambos can be pretty scary. He's got that level 7. He's got that max. Focus has to be a little cautious here. They got this aggressive ward down now too. So far, Hippomaniacs, they're doing the right stuff right now. Like that mid, they wanted to probably defend it, obviously, with the setup a little bit earlier on it. But because they lost that bounty, it hurts. Now they're looking to at least set themselves up in the right places. Tip back the puck, pressuring down bottom, as Skylark is pressuring top. So a nice move. And they're setting up. The smoke is already going toward top to kill Skylark.
Is under attack.
It should be very successful for them here.
Open up with the Rupture. Sandy throwing out that slow. Teleports are coming out as well. Tipek joining on in. We'll turn around and get the roar off. But Crystal Maiden, she's got the ultimate. Is she going to be able to do enough damage? No, at the last second, Curry's going to be able to get the final hit off. Rest of the team, though, coming in here. They have eyes over onto Mambos. Looks like they've decided, though, they don't want to fight all of this. As a couple of those tracks getting tossed out. Dream Coil's going to get used. They might have to save their mid here. The silence. No, not going to be able to because the silence also landing
Nice
over here
silence.
onto SSA Spartan. He also will get run down. And Mambos collects himself the kill.
Very nice silence there by Typic. I think maybe they were a little hesitant there. The Void Spirit was probably getting told by Spartan, "Yo, break the coil. I'll remove it from you if you do." But then he moves closer and gets caught also by the silence. So nice move by Hippomaniacs, quickly setting up for that defense top. They also cleared the book, which is always something to point out. Like I said, minions, more money, more experience, which they need. And I mean, Curry's got Maelstrom. They're off to a good start here.
This is a bit scary for Phoenix, trying to get those Flame Spirits out, but realizing that he's just going to die. No egging there.
Lots of track money getting influxed into them, up to a 2K lead now.
Yeah, the last pick Bounty Hunter seems to be really helping them out in this particular case, but I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to, close out this game fast enough before this Terrorblade is just critical mass.
Yeah, they just got to keep it up. Keep using these smokes, keep making these constant rotations. Mambos is, he's okay on mana. I was going to say I would like to see him bring out a Clarity, but with Siamora, he should be just fine. And I think they can just keep fighting around this puck ult, which is going to be back up very soon. And they can just go back toward top, yeah, immediately. Just keep fighting. Make sure that you're fighting with a number advantage, and you should have that because Terrorblade is going to be farming. So we see Stolmanen starting to set up toward top. Let's see.
Dream Coil dodged successfully. The follow-up, though, with Roar. Rush wants this kill, and he's going to be able to find it on Tipik. Egg's going to come off over here onto the side. There'll be a Rupture. Skylark just taking some time to admire the egg here and enjoy the safety of knowing that when it explodes, they're all going to be stunned. So they all back off. So Rupture is down. They managed to get the deep ward over here as well. And the smoke
jump.
play coming out from the side of Brame. Where are they headed? Maybe pincering?
Radiant are scanning.
They have a lot of kill threshold right now with Spartan being level 8 and Wish being level 10. They find pretty much anyone, these two, they can just kill them. Sheer amount of damage. Spartan, though, he's going to run into 4.
Is indeed. They go. They throw out the Aether Remnant, trying to buy him a little bit more time, but not going to be enough as he does fall.
Track money.
Ooh, I like that. I would like you to sing that every time. Thank you, Fog.
I do when I'm playing.
Do you really?
Yeah,
That's
every time I
excellent.
kill somebody, I'm like,
Where's my
"Track
voice
money."
line of you just singing track money?
Is under attack.
I mean, I will. Let's just do it with your voice, though, because yours sounds better. Mine's pretty awful. So.
You have a beautiful voice there. Don't even. It'll be the fortification
pressure.
being used on the mid tower. And see, Wish.
Skylark's starting to sandwich. The book 3 is coming from behind.
I'm gonna throw out the Aether Remnant. They're starting to leave already to pick. There it is. The drawback over here onto the Bounty Hunter. Silence being held out. Beautiful Dream Coil over onto 4, just holding them into place. Doesn't matter though. Those end up still losing the Crystal Maiden and the Bounty Hunter. A little bit of a snap as well. They still want this puck,
Roar.
and they'll go use the Roar. The slow is out, which has the drag in. It's a triple kill now for Skylark.
Is under attack.
Man, Beastmaster's a pretty good hero.
Yeah, and Necro Book seemed like a very excellent item. I believe
and he also
the
gets-
stat, too, that we saw was that he got it the same timing as last game, 9:57.
Okay.
Like, he's
I mean,
got
that's
this down to a perfect science here, Fogged. It's wild. Oh, no,
Yeah,
never mind.
it's-
Okay, they lied to me.
Oh, they lied. I was going
Guys,
to
how
say,
you
if he
gonna
got
do
the
that to
same
me?
rate after this game, like, he had a much harder lane. That's a bit
Oh, the
surprising.
other
but
Necro Book. Got it.
he gets it at a pretty damn good timing anyway. The perfect timing, in fact, where they keep their mid tower alive. He literally perfectly wraps on them, and this is something else we have to point out, is excellent D-warding coming out from Spartan. They have no vision almost anywhere. He can just walk behind them like that and just pick and choose his targets with the book. And the book, as we've said before, this book 3, it's pretty much equivalent to 2 heroes at this point in the game.
Well, they're also squishy too to boot on top of it for the most part. Like, it's so difficult. He's very, very powerful. And look at this zoo of creatures. Granted, they do have pretty good clear, right? You've got, you know, the Crystal Maiden who can throw out that Nova. You've got the Blood Right to clear it out. But Skylark, he just feels so powerful.
Yeah, CM has to nuke the book to just make sure that the damage is reduced. The attack slow and the move slow. They need to do anything to make sure that Skylark doesn't just shred these heroes early. They're going to persist. They're going to go for this mid tower as the meta is still down. Brame still has everything else available, but the tower is just too low for them to really set up for.
Spartan trying to get that denial off there, but unfortunately just not fast enough, not enough damage.
And now Hippos can actually get a little bit more aggressive, get themselves another deep ward, which I hope they do have on them. And they do. Okay, Senny's going to go down and place it. So getting themselves a little bit of control on the map. And hey, they're keeping the gold lead and everything just constant. Experience is starting to go to the way of Brame because we're seeing just the way Hippo is playing is very together. So they're getting to split up a little bit on that front, but so far pretty good.
It definitely feels like most of the time, though, they're kind of responding. Granted, we did see, you know, that mid push, right? That was a nice moment of aggression, making sure they could take down that tower. But I'm not seeing this aggression that I want to see out of them. Look at the pincer. I'm seeing plenty of aggression coming out from the side of Brame, for sure, as they go and they find themselves Muff. Muff getting nuked down. A little bit more damage necessary. SSA Spartan more than happy to do it. And we do get the Rupture. Sunray buying a little bit more time here. Mambos, they have that nice save, though, from the Oracle. Phoenix zooming around. Is he going to be able to get the damage off fast enough? And yes, it's looking good. They take down Mambos. They'll be able to take down the Phoenix. Sadie goes down. Skylark finally to fall here. And now they'll take down Wish. But here's a Focus. He's a big, scary guy. Curry gets himself a double kill, taking down SSA Spartan. But it was really just kind of all over the place during that fight.
How many tracks did we actually get all? I think it was 2 or 3 track kills. I couldn't actually see if one of them got dispelled at the end there. I think it did. So there's at least 2 or 3 tracks. Curry at least is the big winner of it all, up to level 15. Focus only level 13. He got a couple of those cleanup kills, but hey, not too bad for Hippo. I feel like that was kind of one of those timings for Brame to show up to the fight when they actually can have their TB there because he has Manta. But I think the Phoenix actually ran out of mana. He had no mana for Egg at the end there, so they were lacking a pretty big ultimate on the side of the Radiant.
I was going to say, that would have been a perfect time for that, right? Because you get this beautiful Icarus dive, and you're right off to the side. Yeah, look at it. You can see that the Phoenix thought about it, but that Dream Coil coming in on the back lines from Tipek really kind of put a monkey wrench in their plans, too.
Yeah, just no mana, and then just a perfect coil from Tipek. So yeah, good fight. I mean, that's, again, they're doing a good job of weathering the storm, and now they've got this big item here for Curry, BKB. It's a lot more survivable. Doesn't have to worry so much about just dying to like a roar in the book if he gets the BKB off pre, that is, or any of those other disables. He can do some work. This is not too bad here for Hippomaniacs.
Skylark sitting on the high ground. They spot him out immediately. The force forward, though, snapping off. Wish gonna come in, tries to use the rev. They'll go get the roar off. Step forward from Wish as they manage to go. No, they can't save him. Skylark will go down. Mambo sitting so very, very low. But the Phoenix egg over onto the high ground. Is this gonna be enough to pop them? They'll be able to take down Wish. Mambo will fall. Saini now not looking like he's going to survive this at all. Sunray plus the Spirit. And down goes Crystal Maiden, but they'll end up getting the kill on SSA Spartan. And they're still looking for Stoneman in here. Tipek would be very happy, but doesn't manage to find the Firebird.
They're doing an excellent job of they're just playing at this fast pace right now that I don't think Brame is kind of expecting. This puck coil, this constant aggression, this invasion is working. That was very nice, and they know that Focus, he couldn't turn up to the fight. He can't show up at that frequency. No meta. If they're making those quick moves, they're gonna have the number advantages in most of those situations. Even though the egg was absolutely perfect, it still didn't matter. There was just too much there from Hippomaniacs.
I just always hear OD Pixel whenever I hear that phrase now. Absolutely perfect the way he does it.
I try not to say it anymore because of that. No, because I mean, the one at TI was just too perfect.
It was.
They literally chat wheeled us at the same time as Owen says it.
It was, absolutely. Yeah, you can see that Dream Coil, of course, being snapped up. And Wish trying the best that he can to try to buy a little bit more time. And Skylark getting off his spells at the very least. But no, we're seeing some movement around this Roche pit. Just saw Saint.
They got a good ward down. Spartan, he gets a good aggressive one. They're actually walking in, and half gets broken, half of that smoke.
Yeah, the tree, but they just didn't quite grab him in time. But the invasion is on. Now be interested to see what the Hippos decide to do in response.
It's just going to be a commit to that Roche. So meta is used. Do they have any good ways to start spamming? They do it the puck and the Bloodright. Bloodright not placed in the best position there, at least to kill out the books it is, but not to get information of that pit.
They have.
Mambos.
They know Mambos is making their way over immediately, though. There's the track. Try to go, hold them down into play. Stream Coil's
Nice
gonna get
coil.
dropped, holding on to 2 of these heroes. And they'll drop the Bloodright, and Buff will be the first fall. The BKB over here on Curry, it's nice, but it doesn't matter. There's just so much damage coming out from the team as Mambo's on the back end here. Looks like they'll be able to take down Mambos. The chase is on over here after this little Bloodseeker. Can they get him in time, though? Wish having difficulties pinning him down, but you know what? This is great. This is absolutely fine if you're the side of Brame, because you're just letting focus go and you're hitting this Roche. You're gonna get yourself an Aegis. And what can they hope to do? There's no bounty hunter. The Bloodseeker has been effectively chased off. Puck trying to do some cheeky things here, but he gets dragged back with that Remnant. Zany gonna try to let it go, get the damage down. It's looking like, no, they have
Really
the save
nice.
coming out from the Oracle, the dive coming out from Phoenix as well. There's a lot of burn damage going on. Are they gonna be able to melt the Crystal Maiden? Yes, they will. Crystal Maiden taken
Wish.
down. Wish is sitting very, very low as Focus finds a kill on Tipek. Muff buying
can't
back
believe he's
during
alive.
all of this.
I can't believe Wish survives during all that. He's just stood inside the whole freezing field, but the Oracle ult keeps him up. And what a big fight there for Brame. I mean, the MUF in the first set of the fight just walked in and died without casting a single spell. He just got attacked down and just was trying to root and walked in at the wrong approached angle, died before anything. And Curry kind of similar. He walks in, I think, a second before his BKB takes almost all of his health, and he just has to run away during the whole BKB duration. Great fight there from Brame, and just great setup. The obs and the sentries all over the place to be prepared for that fight.
This has been very much a vision game, it felt. But yeah, if we
Has
take
been.
a look again, and like, we're not even paying attention to what's going on over there in the pit, because, you know, Focus manages to grab all of that. Look at Wish, though. He's just
9 HP.
juking. Look at that. A shout out to, this is one of those times, too, where you shout out your support, because the right positioning, being able to get the ultimate off to keep you alive, that makes everything so different. If he didn't have that fight goes very different.
Spartan is on point, really. The saves and just, it really has been so much of the vision game this whole series, not just this game. I've been watching him just getting so many D wards and just excellent vision for the fights over and over again.
Oh, no.
Zenny.
Oh,
see you later.
Crystal Maiden. Honestly, this Beastmaster, he just doesn't even look at her. He just lets his pets do everything here.
Muff will be able to get his TP out. Now they'll be able to set up for that bottom tower. And now it's tough. It's tough for Hippomaniacs to really fight into this. I mean, it's the Manta and the Scotty now on the TB and this Aegis with a Grove Bow on top too. Fights are just becoming a lot more difficult, and you can't get good initiations really. The Puck, I've seen Tipik doing an excellent job so far, always getting on top of the Void Spirit, but starting to not be the Void Spirit that's the problem really at all. It's the TB and the Beastmaster who are just decimating the fights.
I mean, that's the scary part, is that Mumbo's, you know, he has this BKB. This is supposed to be a huge power spike for him, but he just gets absolutely shredded, especially when Metamorphosis is up. He can't stand toe-to-toe.
Yeah, and this is, I mean, that is just one of the underlying issues of Bounty Hunter in general, right? If it's a mid-hero, you know exactly what this hero is going to deliver. You know, you got that one big punch, you got a shuriken, and then if you're fighting into this big team fight, hopefully you get a couple, you know, 1 or 2 other hits and maybe an extra shuriken, but this hero just, overall, every time I see it, I'm always underwhelmed.
Well, Siege is on. They still have that Aegis that they just picked up after that massive fight here. And look at this tower, like they can't approach. They're too afraid. You've got so many people that can kind of dive into the back lines. You've got an Aegis. They'll use the Meteor Hammer immediately, though the taunt is out, plus the roar.
Oh,
down goes Tipik. That is your control right there for the most part. Muff has been having a difficult time.
Oh no.
Spy back. Rupture's gonna get used on Skylark. He's just gonna sidestep off to the side. Got Scotty online. He's just man-fighting Curry here, and this is what I'm talking about. That BKB is lovely, but it just, you do so much damage. Egg gets thrown out as well. A little bit of a split going on in the fight. So they do end up losing SSA Spartan. You're losing the guy who's gonna be able to keep everyone else alive. Tipek and Bloodseeker, they're just making a beeline, trying to drive them away here.
He got the creep wave too. Look at Curry go. Takes the whole creep wave with him, clears it out.
It's about all he can
continues
do,
to
really,
just
right
dance.
now. And they are doing a great job of just saving that Rax, but this is not looking good for Tipik. They do eventually catch up with the puck.
It matters
And that's a
not to
dieback.
me.
That it is.
Oh, he blinked into the Aether Remnant on the initial fight. That's whenever I say that's like the most feels bad ever. You're just, well, I'm dead, guys. All right, bye back. Oh.
Well, at least
tried
we had
to hold-
buyback, but
Yeah.
they bought some time, right? They saved themselves a little bit of damage, but
Yep. Get some time for the Bloodseeker also to finish up a pretty big item. Give him that that Mjolnir so he can actually run in and cause a lot of damage to everybody else. But the damage is, it's still painful. I mean, your puck just, unfortunately, is dead for 45 seconds. So you can't actually go and make an aggressive move right now, which gives Brame time to make their aggressive move and get their cooldowns.
well, speaking of aggressive moves, they found Mambas, they found the Crystal Maiden, and they get a quick pick off here. Do you have buyback on both of them? But this is going to open it up very easily for them so they can take the tier 2 in the top lane and just make everyone else a little bit too nervous to go forward out of the base now.
Yep. And they're just getting items at too fast of a frequency now. Focus, he's getting close to this butterfly now too. They don't have a solution for it, and onto the high ground they go. No glyph available for, ooh, still 2 minutes.
Yeah, this is not looking super great for the Hippos. The Crystal Maiden, though, she's going to buy back to be a part of this fight here. Teleport's coming
Aegis
in. The
is getting
puck
reclaimed.
also. Focus is just chasing down Muff. I don't think he really cares that this Aegis got reclaimed, though. There's the Rupture. Still has the Sunder available, obviously. Saying he's taking so much damage off to the side. The Sunray just helping heal them right back up again. As the Necro books, they're deployed. They've got the Metamorphosis. So the Rupture was used, but it didn't seem to even matter to them. And look at this damage coming out here. All right, you've got a track thrown out. But still, they're not able to approach Fog. They can't push Focus away.
And I mean, look at Spartan. He just keeps popping those Purifying Flames, keeps him topped off too, and he's just sitting on 21 charges. Yeah, they can't commit. They just have to watch their Rex die even with a buyback. And oh, look at this lovely rune spawn toward the top. If Focus would like to get his hands on that. I think they can back up and farm though and be a little bit safe for the next moments. Finish up the butterfly on Focus in particular.
Oh, okay.
Caught,
all right, there's a jump in with the Dream Coil, but immediately, can they take down Skylark first? And yes, they will. They'll be able to take him down. They take down SSA because Focus had his eyes on that double damager and they saw the opportunity. The get back call does get dropped here.
Brame has to back up. They actually do not want to get caught here at all. Meta is ending. They want to get much more in a defensive posture and finish up these items. This is an opportunity for Hippomaniacs to really start pushing forward and see if they can catch anyone. See Muff, he's hunting. He's got Overgrowth. He's got Zenny with him. They need everyone.
They don't quite have them either. Focus still has that double damage rune, so it is a bit sketchy. Zany dropping the wards over on the side.
They're looking at the lanes. Things are starting to push
in. That was...
Ooh, the butterfly.
That hurts to lose a courier there. And they should have known that they were on the way, too.
That's 3 minutes, no butterfly. That gives a little bit of breathing room for Hippomaniacs for sure. I think Brame's gonna be a little bit cautious until the Beastmaster does respawn anyway.
Well, Skylark is such a huge part of these fights. And he's had some really good movements too. The way that he's been sweeping in from behind half the time. It's very spooky.
I think, yeah, now they can look to fight again. The meta is gonna be back up in about 40 seconds. They can look to get ready to fight in the next 10-15 seconds or so on the side of Brame. Hippomaniacs has to be a little cautious how they set up here, checking the runes.
Feels like a calm before the storm here. You feel like they want to find this fight. In fact, they can see where Focus is right now. Stomina nearby is trying to break any smokes or whatnot.
Not the target they want to jump on initially. 10 seconds, meta's up, and now, yeah, Brame really starting to step forward here. You see Hippomaniacs, they've got the timer too. They're starting to give a little more respect, get a high ground back up. And they're basically starting to get sieged by some creeps too.
And I think they've got to let this tier 2 pretty much go deal with what's going on in their base and prepare on the high ground.
Oh, that's a nice item for Focus versus this team. Nice little sliver, base attack damage for the TB, which is always amazing, and then just some extra magic and status resist, which is really what he's missing. As we said, Hippomaniacs is mostly still that magic damage. So that'll be a little bit better than the Elven Tunic for him. And he gets Paladin Sword now too, if he wants that too. So he's got some really good items for him, and Roche is back.
Consolation prize, right? Because he lost his butterfly early on to the courier snipe.
Yeah.
He'll take what he can get, but yeah, like you said, the Roche is up, they're ready to go and take it, and it feels like the Hippos just aren't in the position to get over there fast enough or do anything.
They can't contest around that area anyway. There's too much vision, too much control. you're asking to get set up on if you would look to try there. Mambos, he's got the BKB getting delivered, so he's a little bit stronger, but now it's a very strong Terrorblade. Once his Butterfly gets delivered, he's still very strong without it, but with the Butterfly, he's going to be pretty immortal.
I think that becomes the issue, is like the BKB will prevent them from getting locked down, obviously, unless, you know, we get a very nice roar off. But the damage coming out from Focus has just started to get very, very scary, right? BKB, again, it's just going to protect you from the magic, whereas the physical coming from Focus is just going to shred the team.
Yep.
Interested to see how they're planning on making these moves, though, if they're going to try to get themselves some sort of a pick-off, or if they're just feeling so mighty now that they just walk on up to the door and knock. Bottom lane is shoved out a little bit, though, so...
I think Brame just plays the economy game a little bit right here. Just wait for a moment. They can take a fight if it comes out to them, but right now just pick up your last few items. I see Wish has a full Aghanims being delivered, so a big spike for him in power. Level 18. I think a full Aghanims and the Butterfly coming out for Focus too, so I think giving a couple seconds for them to pick those up is probably the best bet for them before they fight. But here comes Hippomaniacs. Might be able to catch them out, but a scan clips them.
Thinking about taking this fight. Typic jumping forward there, has the ultimate, goes, drops the Dream Coil, silences off, and again, this BKB on Mambos, it's nice, but look at the damage coming out from Focus with the roar followed up, and they'll be able to go. They stun down Skylark, being able to have that Meteor Hammer. Focus taking a lot of damage, trying to hug over to the SSA spot. This egg is not looking good. He is definitely going to die here as they turn right back around. Oh, Crystal Maiden, you just filled up his tank. Focus is back. He's got full health and mana now as they're trying to hunt, see if they can go and grab this puck. Not sure if they're going to be able to. Ken has that blink decker, very, very mobile. Spartan walking right into Sani, will be able to get the root off, finds himself a nice little kill.
Okay, not bad. Not bad for Hippomaniacs, though. They did have to use a lot there, but they did get that meta to be popped. They got a kill and a buyback. That's a pretty successful fight for them. Don't think it's going to stop Brame's aggression, though, as they have the Aghanims now on the Terrorblade, too. So, sure, his meta's gone, but, you know, you just pop that and get that 10-second free meta if you would like to continue the siege. Let's see, though. I don't know. The CM's going to be respawning soon, too. Let's see if what Brame looks to do if they want to try pushing the issue. They really want this tower because of the living armor.
They have to just commit for it. Meteor Hammer gets dropped. Silence get purged off. Focus just focused very much on these buildings. Couple more heals getting dished out from SSA Spartan. They get a track off on him as well. They know that he is the one to take down if they want to be able to get some of these kills.
Skylark and Wish are waiting for an opportunity to jump in the puck. They might be getting it here.
Getting more and more aggressive.
Close.
And here is, on the back lines. Mambos, though, taking so much damage here from Focus, but you had the Dream Coil getting dropped. While all that was going down, the buyback coming down from Puck, but there is no Dream Coil. Focus gets the final hit off over here. Takes down one of the racks. Curry. Oh, the roar comes out. They managed to go. If they can get this kill, it's going to be a dieback onto Peck, and they're definitely going to be able to find it over here. They get the overgrowth off now. Muff trying to use that Meteor Hammer. Ghost Scepter coming in handy. Curry can't hit him. He's going to chase after Skylark instead. That Shuriken coming through, though, does manage to take down SSA Spartan. Focus, though, he's hungry. He's looking for more as over on the back lines here. Wish going to have to use that Astral Step to run away defensively. And they'll take down Muff. Wish with that Aether Remnant dragging right back in. Again, Focus, though. Nice egg getting placed down over here onto the side. Are they going to be able to take down fast enough? Because Focus, he's just dishing out too much damage. He takes down Mambos. Egg will pop. They'll be able to get the kill on Tipek. And there it is. That is the godlike streak ended on Curry. Muff now trying to climb back into his base. He's not going to be able to. It's a triple kill now for Focus. Curry, though, he's so fast. He's chasing after Wish. He gets the kill. He's going to be able to take down the Phoenix as well. Just throwing lightning left and right. But look at Focus here. It's a triple kill for Curry. Is he going to be able to man fight him? Or is this going to be Curry? Who knows? It's not looking good. Yes, that's going to be the Aegis down. But now Curry, he's got no hit points left. He's got to run away. Saying he's still sticking around. Throws out a cheeky frostbite. What?
Holy shit,
what a fight there, Fog. Oh my god.
I look at Curry, just did 14,000 damage, just speeding through everyone. Mjolnir procs plenty. They had to just kite Focus, though. That's the big thing I'm seeing is, sure, like his meta ended and his Terror Wave had ended too. And then they just started kiting the TB around and they were able to clean up decently. But you're really seeing, they don't have a solution for Focus. He's just this absolute raid boss, just standing in the midst of everything, dishing out the damage. And they did get the range rack, a little bit of a hold there from Hippomaniacs, but yeah, these fights are still just looking a little bit too much for them. Curry's going to have to do a little more work somehow as, I mean, he's getting there. He's 26. He's got his shard, as we've seen a couple times, been the damage to how much he's able to deal, and he's getting close to an Abyssal. The butterfly is still an issue, though. He doesn't have this true strike by any means.
Is the Abyssal going to be enough, though, Fogged?
I mean, it could be. If they can start isolating, if they can do the dance, and we're seeing Curry absolutely doing the dance around the fights, if they can get like maybe 2 people to be alive and just have focus alone, they might be able to actually take him out. It's getting to that point where it's getting a little bit closer. Still scary. Still definitely a good lead for Brame, but seeing some signs of life for Curry in particular.
It's a tall order, though, asking that he's going to be alone. But look at this. Look at Curry just zipping around. All the lightning proc, just chasing after Skylark. And like, until the puck showed up, I wasn't sure who was going to win this like 1v1 battle.
Yeah, it was close. I mean, it was really nice, but he almost, I think he meant to dodge the blood right, and the CM came in like right after. It was really close to them both killing each other. It would have been really funny. But the puck, Typic has to be more careful too. I mean, it's tough now at this point too because he's gotten very under farmed now. But he died because he got clipped by Terror Wave in the first initial go of the last fight. So just so many different mini disables that he has to worry about, and he's getting a lot of focus onto him.
It is a hard game for the Hippos, but like you said, you know, they're hanging in there. We've got some signs of life. We have a smoke coming out too, hoping maybe that they can catch someone off to the side. Although the roar comes out immediately from Skylark because he's found himself in a pit. But over on the back lines, you get the puck dream coil, you go, and you also get that overgrowth. The stun comes out though. They'll be able to hold focus into place. He's silenced up. He doesn't have anyway, but there it is. As a Spartan being able to keep him alive just a little bit longer as Muff will fall. And they're waiting patiently. They throw out that Remnant there, drawing in the Crystal Maiden. Oh, focus though, he pops! They take him down, 9 times kill streak. As now SSA Spartan is left alone. He's going to be the sacrifice here, I have a feeling, as one more hit should be enough to do it. Mambos will find the kill. What?
Looked scary too at the start, because Curry was getting initiated, but focus, he put too much focus on trying to get Curry. Honestly, he stuck too much inside the midst of everything. He got silenced, he got rooted, he got frostbit, constantly getting controlled, and then he's ruptured. He was moving around quite a bit with that rupture, even though he was false promised. He could not find a target to get asunder, could not help himself out, and he goes down.
There's just so much happening on the back end of that fight too. Like, we were obviously focused over onto focus. But like they were jumping after all of those supports on the back line, trying to make sure that they couldn't reach him. It was very well done.
Yeah, he got isolated way too hard there. They couldn't actually bail him out, no heals or anything.
Very impressive.
Top Skylark. Can't quite find the puck, but yeah, I mean, slowly ticking down that net worth, getting more pumped into Curry.
He is full up in that inventory and backpack, my goodness. Got the Spell Prism, though.
Okay, look, Spell Prism's a cool one. It's a little different because you're this carry hero, but I mean, it works really well because your Blood Rage is most of your damage. You know, you shard, Blood Rage yourself with shard, and you're just a beast. As a CM, will be a freebie.
That's
but
like
make sure that he's always Blood Raged in the fights.
Oh, they'll go use the coil. The follow-up, though, from Wish immediately into the Blood Ride, then. They'll follow up with the egg. It doesn't look like anyone's really... They'll turn their attention right now to the egg. They'll be able to get the pop. Tipek, though, will fall. Wish getting dragged back yet again. A couple of these bashes going off over here onto Skylark, but over on the back lines here, you can see Focus with the Scotty, with the meta, doing so much work. Skylark's going to get saved by SSA Spartan. You know, they're going to be able to go and get enough damage over here onto Curry. It's looking pretty darn good. Down goes the Bloodseeker. And it looks like Skylark eventually pops, but, you know, he was there long enough to get the damage out. And they're going right for that mid-racks now. They know that they've got a limited amount of time left on that meta.
So, I mean, Curry's dead forever. This should just actually be the Mega Creeps here pretty easily for Focus. There's Bloodseekers everything for their fights. And he just got evaporated. I think he actually got ranged bashed, which is what caused him to just stand still for a second there from Focus, and then just gets shredded. It's just too much Focus damage. I'm going to say Focus.
I know, I was doing the same thing. I was like, oh man, I sound like a broken record. Focus with the Focus. But, you know, it's exactly that. Look at this. They just go right down to the bottom racks as well. They have none of their control here. You don't have the Puck Dream Coil. You don't have the Overgrowth. You have nothing to save these buildings. They just take the Mega Creeps. And poor Crystal Maiden and Bounty Hunter, what can they do? I'm going to try everything that they can. Obviously, the BKB coming out from Mambos. Poor Crystal Maiden is just shredded into pieces. And now Mambos, again, we said that BKB is adorable, but there's just too much damage as SSA Spartan collects the final hit, and Puck and the the Treant, they're both alive, but the GG gets called. They realize that it's over at this point for the Hippomaniacs.